what great player from the 80s and 90s would lose the most value if playing now, and who would gain the most?
Oh,
Gain the most. I got a tricky one here. Alex English would be a better player now. And he scored a lot, but I think he'd be a better player now when you consider shooting threes and doing more stuff off the dribble. I think Alex English is a guy who would probably be considered an even better player nowadays. That might be too deep of a cut
is it
for our audience. I don't know, but
is it cheesy to say that Larry Bird would kill today?
yeah, of
No,
course. And
Like,
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf would also
I
kill. Like
mean,
yeah,
so
we're
much freedom.
we're either going really niche or really
yeah,
obvious. Like
Oh,
yeah.
it's
yeah.
not like there's nothing in
Losing
between.
the most value, to me, it winds up being some of the centers, right? Like maybe
Yeah,
like uh, Kevin McHale maybe isn't as valuable
How
because
dare
his
you?
face up game isn't. I know, Seth, I know. But guys like that. But then again, like Olajuwon would probably still be one of the
he'd
greatest
be
players
great. He'd
ever.
still be great. He'd still
I
be
think that
great at this level. It's
universally,
I
the
think
rule is almost
Ewing is a
yeah,
player who might, because his offensive game was so like mid-range jumper
and post
happy
up.
and as good a rim protector as he was, maybe early in his career he could move and slide on the perimeter, but
Right.
certainly for the bulk of his career he was more of a drop guy. And you can be very good at that, but like Brooke Lopez isn't like an MVP level player. He's a very good
Right.
player. And
right. Ewing's a good one. Ewing's a good one in that regard in terms of like a big name in that stuff. And I think you're right, Dave. It's going to be the centers for the most
Mm-hmm.
part that are going to feel the crunch. I think it's going to be a lot of the power forwards because there was such
Oh
a
yeah.
different way they were used then to now in that sense. And I think that might be one of the ones where we would be like, oh, like, yeah, they're
Like,
just going to
is
be
Anthony
kind of out of
Mason an NBA player if he comes around now, right? Like,
yeah, to stick with the Knicks is like, where does Charles Oakley fit in to
stretch
to
four,
to
baby.
I'm
Stretch
today's
four.
don't say that's not the name to say, Seth. Like he's gonna come busting through your door right now. What are you doing? What are you doing?
My bad. You're right.
Anyway, I like the question. It was a good one.